This is the second video in my series on nickel metal hydride battery packs for my Jetson Bolt Pro. I've been wanting to convert the battery pack in my e-bike to nickel metal hydride for quite a while now, due to its low probability to cause a fire in the way lithium-ion would. Just like I did in my video on using D-cell batteries, I'll be working on another battery pack test next. These 9.6 volt packs are going to be very easy to combine into a 36 volt pack. They'll be combined in series, so the amp capacity will remain as 2000 mAh or 2 amp hours. I'm hoping this is enough capacity for the short trips I use my e-bike for, after which I typically recharge on a daily basis. These are the parts I'll be using to create a 36 volt pack for my e-bike. The white connector ends are Tamiya connectors, and the yellow connector end is an XT60 connector that will fit the connection coming out of my e-bike's controller. I'll combine these packs together using duct tape. Once these wires are combined in series to increase the overall voltage, the total voltage will be about 36 volts, slightly more if the battery is fully charged. For the adapter I'm building, I'll work on the Tamiya connectors first. I'll solder the negative leads to the positive leads in series, leaving the positive and negative lead at the ends unsoldered. Also, remember to slip on the heat shrink tubing for the negative and positive leads at the ends before soldering the XT60 connector to them. The last step for soldering is to solder the XT60 connector to both end wires of the Tamiya connectors just worked on. The leads will be connected positive to positive and negative to negative. I covered all the soldered connections with heat shrink tubing. Here's a better view of the finished in-series Tamiya to XT60 battery adapter. I thought it would be a good idea to connect the adapter to the battery pack to test the voltage at the XT60 connector. It measures about 40 volts, which is about right for the fully charged packs. Before performing each test, I'll recharge the batteries to full capacity. The reason I kept the Tamiya connectors on each original battery pack was so I could charge the packs individually like you see here. Charging them individually will be a lot quicker than charging a combined pack using only one charger. I came across a problem when charging the batteries while they were taped together. I'm not sure what caused it, but they became extremely hot, so I stopped charging and separated them. It's strange because charging them separately, they barely get hot. I'll open up the battery compartment and remove the old battery to make room for the new test battery pack. Installing the new test battery pack is very easy. Even with the controller and not really organizing anything, there's so much empty space in the battery compartment. This is the setup I tested to make sure the new battery pack didn't cause the wires or controller to overheat. In the process, I learned that even this battery, although working, still does not have the power of my original lithium-ion battery. Luckily, I ran into someone while testing who was familiar with RC cars. He mentioned that standard nickel metal hydride batteries do not have the fast discharge capability of lithium-ion, but there are versions that do. I did some research on that and found the type of nickel metal hydride battery I needed. I ordered enough packs to combine in series to get a 36 volt pack and will be working on those as soon as they come in. Fingers crossed that this is the solution to my nickel metal hydride problems of late. Here are the new batteries and also a rebuilt adapter. I added a Tamiya connector to the in-series adapter to accommodate a fit battery that gives me the proper voltage. Fully charged, each battery measures 8 volts and 5 of them will give me 40 volts. Slightly more than the 36 volts needed, but still within an acceptable range. To protect the batteries and keep them together, I made this Kydex container. Nothing fancy, I bent a sheet of Kydex into a rectangular box, no fasteners, just tape holding its shape. This new battery is only 5 amp hours, but that should get me to work a couple of times before I'll need to recharge it. Again, I'm hoping this fast discharge type battery is what I'm looking for to power my e-bike on nickel metal hydride, and that's what I'll be testing it for shortly. The nickel metal hydride battery container fits nicely into my e-bike battery compartment. I like the 2-inch thickness of my DIY container because it provides enough space right alongside for the controller. Even with the controller and battery pack sitting side by side, the battery compartment cover has no trouble being secured in place. I will have to get more neoprene to fill the excess space in the compartment so the battery and controller won't bounce around on rough terrain. I didn't get it on camera, but I did test for overheating of the wires, controller, and battery. I rode around and periodically checked components and didn't come across any heat buildup at all. Now that I'm satisfied this battery won't cause overheating, I now can recharge the batteries and go for a range test. I measured the distance around the block that I live on and will do laps around that block for my range test. The block has an equal amount of uphill, downhill, and flats, which is the kind of terrain I usually ride on. The trip information you're looking at are the results of my range test. Each of the 9 trips is a lap around the block. The average trip distance was 0.59 miles, so 9 laps would give a total range of 5.31 miles on 5 amp hours of capacity. This should work for me since my round trip distance to work is only 4 miles, after which I'll usually recharge anyway. What you see here is one drawback with using nickel metal hydride batteries. Because of heat generation while charging, the battery packs have to be separated from each other before charging. Future mods will probably separate the batteries within the e-bike battery compartment, along with extending the charging connector so charging can occur without opening up the battery compartment. A second drawback I encountered is when giving it full throttle. I can feel a little less instant power as compared to lithium-ion. My nickel metal hydride batteries are rated 10C. I'll have to research 15C versions. With this battery chemistry switch from lithium-ion to nickel metal hydride, I feel a lot better having one less large capacity fire hazard in my home. I still have other commuting devices that use lithium-ion, but one less is better than not doing anything. Going from my previous 20 amp hour lithium-ion down to only a 5 amp hour nickel metal hydride is a big drop in capacity and mileage, but for the way I ride and recharge, this setup will work well for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. That's all I have for now, and I will catch you in the next video.